All right, half a day and welcome back to KUAM News Extra. Our good friend Reyna Calvo is a jack of all trades. Literally, she's a counselor, an intensati leader, we'll get to that in a moment, an energy and body worker. She currently holds a master's in spiritual psychology from the University of Santa Monica. Very, very good to join us tonight. Reyna, welcome back.
Thank you. So good to be here.
Okay, and the thing that's interesting about Reyna is if you watch our program with any regularity, and so many of you out there do, you've popped in and out of the program, I should say, maybe 2 or 3 times over the last decade and everything. And the last time we saw you, you had a very strong interest and you were concentrating your studies in traditional acting.
Yes.
And now what you're doing and everything, it's more of a spiritual and fitness and psychological method using the theater. So
Yes.
describe that, because that's very fascinating.
Okay, well, my background is in theater. I went to ACT, a very acclaimed Actors Conservatory Theater in San Francisco.
Sure.
And I did theater for 10 years. But now when I got my master's in spiritual psychology, it's about a life script. Rather than taking someone else's script, how can I re-script my life and change the perspective so that I live a more empowering life rather than coming from that position of victimhood. Mm-hmm. So I always saw my interest in acting was the study of human behavior, was getting into each character and recognizing the dynamics in relationship and really understanding the psyche of every character that I played on based on the life situations or circumstances presented to me in a play. Mm-hmm. So, but what I find more empowering for people is to pull them out of their suffering is the misunderstandings that they have regarding their life situations, their life circumstances. And if we have a choice to really find the gifts and really recognize the limiting beliefs that have held us back from really living our full potentiality, it's addressing those so that they can really experience more freedom in who they are.
And this is interesting because that type of mindset, you're actually teaching students and pupils to channel that through physical fitness and through a better state of mind. And psychodrama is what it's known as, right?
Yes, well, there's a couple of components. Mm-hmm. My master's in spiritual psychology did cover our mental level, which is the belief systems, and worked on the emotional level using experiential gestalt work where you're dialoguing with your emotions. And it's more involved than that, but that's in a nutshell. But really addressing the emotions and allowing a person full permission to emote and to release any holding that they have in their system. Mm-hmm. And it also sees it from a higher perspective of what were the gifts in these life situations that I've experienced through my life. Mm-hmm. Psychodrama, I took it further, and what it does is there's a whole playing out, a drama enactment of and the person who chooses to be the protagonist is based on their story, assigns people in the group. So it's usually done in group therapy. It's done in treatment centers often, mm-hmm. and it really works the emotional level because most often addiction, compulsion, all those tend to people turn to substance to numb their emotions. So it's really addressing that, and they do a whole play out of a scene in their life. And my intention of combining the psychodrama and the psychodrama and spiritual psychology, forgiveness is another. Just really getting into forgiveness work, which is when you look at a lot of the #1 books out there. But you can't bypass other belief systems, working through the belief systems, working through the emotional holdings. But my intention is to combine both the spiritual psychology and the psychodrama, and then at the end, putting it into the physical body with something called intensati. Mm-hmm. Intensati is a physical cardio workout, and we have 90,000 thoughts that stream through our mind every day, and most of it is negative repetitive patterning, conditioning patterning. So it's a way of retraining our mind to think positively. And this cardio workout is more than just a cardio workout because we're saying affirmations, positive affirmations to program the mind, reprogram the mind to take greater dominion over the mind and select thoughts that are more empowering mm-hmm. and in service to that person.
And of course, by outwardly channeling it and declaring it and stating it and everything like that, thereby you change your own mindset.
Oh, for sure. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'll be walking down and then, I get a little scary situation will come up for me and it'll come to my consciousness. I'll just be like, I have the power to choose, courage and confidence. I mean, when you ingrain it in your mind, it's a conditioning. Mm-hmm. You know, so that's what I also want to add to the play shops, with the combination of the psychodrama and the spiritual psychology work.
Oh, okay. So, you know, I've got a sister that lives in Los Angeles, and that's where you're doing your studies and everything. So,
Yes.
We've interviewed enough medical practitioners on this very program, and I would say that, you know, this method of thinking that you're bringing to the island, that you've been teaching, it's really radically different from anything we've seen out here. And of course, that's very, very LA. How have local students and how have your friends and family members, how have they been receptive to this kind of teaching?
Very receptive. I get so many compliments after the class. I'm teaching at Synergy twice a week. I change the series every week with new affirmations. You know, it's different for people because we have a critic usually in our mind that is, you know, and it's being able to soften the critic and to really be our own cheerleaders and to recondition again the mind. But I'm getting really, you know, people are very receptive, even though it's at 5:30 a.m. in the morning, and they go through their days and say that they come feeling kind of tired and groggy, and they leave feeling awesome.
Outstanding.
Yeah.
Okay, well, Reyna, great to have you on the program. And I guess as a quick lesson and everything, we got about 10 seconds left. Can you tell me and our TV audience out there, what is something that we can do to maybe channel out that negative energy and like think more positively? Quick 10-second lesson.
Oh, 10-second lesson.
Just declare something.
Okay. What you think about, you bring about. So just take greater dominion over your mind, be the awareness behind your thoughts, and choose the right, empowering thoughts.
All right, thank you so much. Beautiful. I will win an Emmy this year. Oh, that's my feeble attempt. Well, stay tuned. KUAM News Extra continues after this, and we will see if my dreams and possibly yours come true.